Smiley here at 2:30 in the morning after Star Wars The Force Awakens. I am coffee crazed and exhausted here with Evil Chris Desu. Say hi. He's sleepy. So we're just doing a couple first thoughts. It was a lot of fun. It was very much, I appreciate seeing J.J. Abrams put his own spin on it. I'm not always the biggest fan of his work, and a lot of those, Star Trek lens flary scenes kind of come through it a lot.
Yeah, I definitely noticed. I was about to say that, it was kind of funny because the lens flare came in such a subtle way that it
almost added.
It was almost just like he was watching the editor. He's just like, lens flare.
Can't do anymore. I gotta do it, man. Yeah, but that being said, it was really, I think it added to it. It was a lot of fun.
Cinematography was really good despite the lens flare and isms.
Despite Abrams trying so hard to be anything but Abrams. One thing I gotta say, and I'm not gonna do spoilers, I'm not that guy. Wow, I have crazy shadow. But a solid 3/4 of this movie could have been set to The Boys Are Back in Town, and that would have been completely fine.
It's funny you should mention that, because I was really thinking about how, this isn't a spoiler because everybody knows, Harrison Ford's in this movie, Mark Hamill's are in these movies.
The Boys Are Back in Town.
Yeah, so, that's one of the things I didn't like about the movie, is that even though it's cool to see these guys back in action and back in this way, it felt like a bit of fan service.
It's kind of a toy commercial. There's a few, you'll see it, and you guys will know when you're seeing it, because it almost feels like a music video or something. You're just getting these, oh my god, it's them! And, it's a lot of fun, and it's really nice to see those characters, because we love those characters. That's the reason we came, is because we love these guys. But it's kind of okay, yeah, there they are. And yes, I will probably buy the toy set.
Thank you for showing us your new R2-D2. And
oh, I like the BB. It's cute.
Yeah, of course you do, because you're the target audience.
It's cute. I will not buy a plushie. Yet.
Yeah, you will.
Until it's on clearance.
It's going to be hanging from your mirror in a week, I guarantee it.
Hate me. But yeah, no, generally it's a lot of fun. John Williams is back doing the score, and I saw
that's one funny thing. One funny thing I noticed is this is one of the rare old movies where everybody who was involved from the beginning is still alive. So they're fuck it, let's all just come back together and hang out.
As many people as I could. The guy who plays Chewbacca, I can never remember his name.
I don't know.
Oh, Christ.
I never knew.
Anyway, he was...
In the comments.
Yeah, comments, please. Help me. I'm helpless. Tear me apart for not knowing. I was a Star Trek baby. What can I tell you? But, yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. And I highly suggest it. Just realize, there's going to be those...
One thing I wanted to point out was, when I asked myself the question, is it good? I was talking with a friend of mine over the past weeks about this movie and my predictions, and I was saying okay, it's probably gonna be better than the prequels, but obviously not as good as the original trilogy.
Because
I have to kind of redact that statement, because this is is it better than the prequels? Oh fuck yes. Is it worse than the original trilogy?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna say not really, and here's why. Because the entire movie, especially the first couple of seconds, are literally
we're getting a drive-by.
Popo. They know we're
vlogging.
They know we're doing on spoilers.
They're coming for the night vloggers.
No, a lot of the movie, and the reason it succeeds, is because it was trying so hard to be the original trilogy.
Yeah.
To the point where I've the first 2 minutes are basically the first few minutes from A New Hope, and it's kind of eerie if you're really looking for it, because I'm oh wow, there's a bunch of stormtroopers, and there's
I had noticed even throughout there's a lot of just shot for shot, the cops is in front of us again. There's a lot of just shot for shot, oh, I recognize that setup and that entire scene, but
well, that's a question I had to ask myself. Is is
it good independently, or is it good because it's trying so hard to emulate the original trilogy?
Well, not even that. It's is it being good based on the fact that it's essentially a retread of the original trilogy, okay to call it good in its own right? I'm not really sure.
That may, and again, we were coming down the stairs, I kind of did the same thing, okay, I had a lot of fun, I enjoyed myself, was it good? And the word that kept occurring to me was fun. It was really fun. I had a lot of fun watching it. So, like, I'm not gonna say it's, like, cinematic gold or anything. It's definitely better than the prequels, and...
Yeah, there's no Jar Jar, don't worry.
Thank Christ. I have a lot of hope, because I'm sure they're gonna do another trilogy. Like, I don't even have to be told that that's a setup. I know it's a setup. But...
You mean more movies in this trilogy?
Yeah,
not another trilogy. Fucking what would that be?
No,
like
yeah.
10, 11, 12.
But no, I have a lot of hope that this trilogy is going to be at least leaps and bounds better than the prequels, if not as good as the original.
I don't think you have to worry about that because J.J. Abrams is a far better director than George Lucas.
And that being said, Abrams handled it. He handled it with a lot of the things that kind of pissed me off about what he did with Star Trek, but...
That being said, he must have been shitting his pants for a week.
Oh my god, yeah. Like, and I think he did honor to a lot of the oldies and a lot of the things that made Star Wars good.
Oh, you're so badass. I don't even know if that's coming up in the...
Somebody's got a big ol' ugly sports car revving its engine like an asshole.
So, one thing I noticed is that, like I said, the old characters that came back kind of just felt like it was fan service and anachronism.
Yeah, like they were kind of like doing...
But the new characters, I absolutely adored.
Oh yeah, no, I really like... yeah, and we're not doing any spoilers tonight. No big
Well, we know...
points,
Well, the black guy and the girl were in the...
Yeah, and they're fantastic. Like, they did a really great job, and like, I'm excited to see... I'm excited to see more of them. I
think the biggest point I can lay under... All right, let me get back to characters, and then I'll say my final thought, and you can say whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The new Sith guy with the fucking Jesus lightsaber, the cross thing.
Kylo Ren.
Yeah. He... At first, I was like, he's not intimidating in Darth Vader.
Yeah, he's not... He kept coming off to me, I think I even mentioned it to you, he kept coming off to me like Draco Malfoy. Like, this, like... whiny, snivelly kid who's got a lot of power. He's got this lineage, but he's also just kind of a twat.
But without spoiling, as the movie goes on, you start to realize like you're supposed I kept thinking like he's not as cool as Darth Vader. He's not a badass like Darth Vader. He's actually kind of a fuck up through a lot of it.
Yeah.
And then I realized like at a certain point in the movie when certain things are revealed. You're actually supposed to feel that way.
Yeah,
you're supposed to feel like
and in that sense,
he's trying to be like Darth Vader and he's failing really bad at it.
And they set up that character and they set up that plot.
And once I realized that, I liked it a lot more.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest compliment I can pay to this movie is that it feels like a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
If only because it's a retread of other things, but it's still
that's all
it changed it up enough for me to not be angry.
Yeah.
Also, I'll let you get back to your fucking show. The puppetry. Like they during the advertisement for this movie, they like hyped up the fact that they're using practical effects again, and I gotta say it's 70% practical effects. I could definitely see a couple of times they were just like, fuck it, CG.
Well, because I never expected it to be all practical effects, because like these days, especially when you're doing a 3D movie, and I'm going to make a comment about 3D in a second, especially when you're making a 3D movie, it's really hard not to use CG, because, like, there's a lot of those things, like, seem to rely on it so heavily. It's like, I always thought it was going to be, like, a 50-50 split, and the fact that I saw as much puppetry as I saw made me really excited.
Yeah, but I just feel like they could have, just said, like, oh, we're doing all characters in small sets with puppetry, and we're gonna do like the big sweeping shots with CG. I'd accept that, but there were a few characters here and there, like that one woman in the bar where like she was like straight CG, and I'm like, what?
Why would you do that? Like, yeah, just have a puppet. Like, have a puppet.
I would have been fine
with
that.
CG over it or something. I don't know, but yeah, no, generally. You can tell when you're being manipulated. You can tell when you're being sold something. This movie definitely is trying to sell you stuff. And
let's be real. The original Star Wars was also doing that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like we love it despite those factors. And we love it because it's such a big thing and there's such a community of it. And we're upstairs when... We should have taken more pictures. We saw like all sorts of people like really hyped, and there's like people from we got people with babies. There's older people who were probably there for the original trilogy. And it's just kind of cool seeing all these people kind of coming together. And, like, let's just enjoy a thing. Like, and not worry about what it's trying to do.
It's not acknowledging the canon, though! I must be angry! How dare you get something from my childhood incorrect?
But, yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I
think it was really good. I think it was a really, really good adaptation.
Yeah.
I had a feeling Abrams would pull it through.
Yeah, I was concerned, because, again, I'm not the hugest fan of what he's done with the Star Trek series, but...
I actually liked it.
But we're going to talk about that another time, because we're not here about Star Trek, we're here about Star Wars.
What, live long and prosper? Same thing, right?
Yeah, no, same shit. But
May the Spock be with you.
regardless, I'm very tired. I'm also Madam Smiley. This is Evil Chris Desu, and we are signing off. Bye!